What's going on, guys? IC Trades here, and today we're going to be doing a technical analysis breakdown on ticker symbol HOOD Robinhood markets. As you can see, guys, price is fully broken out of this cup and handle structure, and we're continuing to the upside in this overextended run. Question is, are we going to continue to the upside, or are we going to see price reject and start to pull back? Before we go deep into the daily analysis, continue guys to the weekly to get a broader perspective. All right, guys, now on the weekly, you can see this massive cup and handle structure, as we can see here. It hits that all-time high of 85. Come down, and we get this consolidation phase for about 3 years, about 2.5 to 3 year phase of consolidation. And we see price run back up, creating that neckline area. You can see the neckline of the cup, which is about that roughly that $65 area, very long-term structure. Then we see a pullback bouncing around that $30 level, continuing to trend up, and we see this overextended run getting out of that neckline area and continuing our run up. Breaking it down, getting a bit of a closer eye view. You see price form that handle, kind of into another cup and handle type of pattern, bouncing off that $30 level. We see buyers really take control with a lot of buying pressure. Sellers try to push it down, buyers buy it up. Once again, sellers try to gain that control back, buyers buy it up. And you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green weeks in a row. No need to overanalyze the weekly, guys. It's very clear cut. We are breaking out of that formation, getting closer around that all-time high of $85. Now on the daily chart, once price gets out of that consolidation-like phase, starts to pick up some steam. Then we see from there price get up to that 65-ish dollar level, form a cup and handle like pattern. Once again, the neckline being around that $65 area. See price get down, kind of chop around, hit that $30 level, and then ascend all the way up to that neckline area, breaking out, continuing this overextended run. You see price stagnantly moving up, no insane volatility, just slowly moving up until we get to that point, right, around that $65 level. Then you see a sharp sell-off. Sellers do gain that control with 6 red candles in a row, pushing it all the way down to around $44. Then from there, we try to bounce off and reclaim bullish momentum. Price gets rejected once again with basically the same amount of move down as when it got rejected at that $65 level. And you see buyers try to step back in. We tap this descending resistance, as we can see here, started at that neckline area, bounce off once again, and get to that low of $30, right where that, stock kind of picked up that steam to get to that $65 level. Once we hit that level, guys, we see a strong wide green bar. Buyers gain full control after hitting that support level. Sellers try to step in, then buyers, boom, huge move up. We get in this flag type of formation. We see the flag and pole structure. Then from there, we gap up, and we're following in this, ascending channel here. Some resistance right here and some support right here. Very narrow ascending channel all the way up to that $78 level. Some could say that we are quite overextended here. After getting out of that cup and handle pattern and a nice ascending movement, not really any pullback, hitting that neckline, a little bit of indecision, some consolidation. But then we get right out of that with a green candle and a gap up, another green candle, bit of consolidation, and a continuous move up. There is some indecision here, right? We try to wick above that a few times, can't get above it. It's a very harsh zone at 74.80. We got rejected once again. You would definitely see a pullback with that type of selling pressure. If we did reject at this next candle, we would have saw a pullback with all the times that buyers try to step in. But buyers do step in. We see that nice solid green candle, follow with sellers trying to push it back under that zone. Doesn't happen. We see a very nice follow-up. Solid move, guys. I mean, that's a very solid green candle, aiding that overall confirmation of breaking through that $74.80 resistance level. Time in and time again, buyers step in and push this thing higher. That type of confirmation, you could definitely see, move up back to that $85 level, reaching all-time highs there. Buyers constantly step in when they need to step in. Right at the beginning of this ascending channel, buyers step in strongly, smaller pullback. Buyers step in again, smaller pullback, not much of a pullback at all, some consolidation, and very strong move up. Sellers just can't gain any control. Then we get a little bit stagnant, slowly moving up. Nice move up once again, consolidate, slow move up. And as a buyer, you gotta like what you're seeing. We stay completely unbiased on this channel, so looking at the bear side of things, say we do see a little bit of a pullback, sell-off. Say we see a retracement, a mirroring candle, and a move trying to push us downwards under this 74.80 rough level. Then you could see a little bit of a fight, as this was a tough zone to gain for the buyers. You see massive selling pressure, but then sellers try to push it under this consolidation zone, and we see a lot of buying pressure. So it's a lot of back and forth battle, a lot of indecision. You see price try to tighten up, get a little more solid, and then you see that undeniable breakthrough with that solid green candle, and then another breakthrough with a second solid green candle after sellers try to push it back, but we have more buying pressure than we had selling pressure. So What that tells us, guys, is that buyers are in ultimate control. But if we do see a mirroring candle somehow, or a couple red candles following this, and some selling pressure at the top here around that 78, 79 level, could see a small pullback within this consolidation zone. I do think that this was the confirmation that we needed with this last candle, really showing that buyers are controlling the stock. Like we mentioned, there really isn't a lot of fight within this entire ascending range here. You see a strong consolidation zone in this range, really consolidating a bit before breaking out. Since we broke that overall range, we have been on the upwards, no pullbacks or anything of that nature. And guys, as long as we can stay in this range, short sellers aren't going to try to get in. Every time we hit the bottom of this range, we squeeze up, get back down, squeeze up, get back in this range, squeeze up. So it just shows how strong of a range this is. As long as we're holding this overall range, short sellers aren't going to try to step in here, showing that we do have reasoning on why we think this could hit all-time highs. Every single time it hits the bottom of this range, there hasn't been one time where it's hit that and hasn't squeezed out. The most recent squeeze out was the most contested squeeze out. This whole range very easily squeezing out every single time we hit that. We see a lot more consolidation in the top of this range than we did the entire time in this range. Definitely notable. Since we've been really chopping around here, seeing a lot of selling pressure, need to make a big move. Stock has to make a move eventually. It might be a move down, and that's exactly where buyers stepped in. So just really good sign to see. Since we are so overextended, you could see buyers start to take a little bit of profit. Not meaning that we're going to crush, but if we did see a reversal, guys, it would probably be around that neckline of the cup, retesting that $65 level, seeing if we can have support there and bounce off further. On the weekly, you see price get rejected hard from that area 1-2 times, comes down, forms this formation, and we finally squeeze out of that area. So if we do see a pullback, it's a very likely area that would hit the $65 level before trying to bounce off further. That is if we break out of this overall channel, and we broke out around that $77.35 level that we wicked off once, came back up, rejected off, and now we've gotten above that. Stock's looking extremely strong right now. We are a bit overextended, but buyers keep confirming why we should be bullish on the stock. All right, guys, on the hourly chart, you can see how buyers were stronger than the sellers in this channel. Buyers push it up, consolidate as we hit that support, bounce up, not getting pushed back down, consolidate to around that zone, squeeze back out. Then we get in this little formation, getting tight, and this is where sellers would step in. If sellers were to step in, we've reached a real consolidation point where sellers and buyers are in the fight. We're getting tight. Right here would be where sellers would gain control and start that push down, breaking out of this channel. And this is where buyers step in. Buyers step in when they need to step in. Sellers try once again to push it lower. We hold slightly higher than that last attempt, and we move right back up above that 77.34 level where we rejected that first time and rejected again. Now we're above that. Watch for the retest of that support there, and that's what you really got to keep your eye on. If it gets under that 77 level again, that's another area to keep your eye on, but seems like we've broken quite nicely above that. All right, guys, I'll do it for the hood analysis. Overall, very bullish. No need to overanalyze this thing. I think that we are a bit overextended, but overall, buyers keep confirming why we should be bullish on the stock. Every time we're hitting that support level of this channel, stock forms a very nice move up. And more recently, while we had a little bit of indecision, a bit of selling pressure at the most recent breakout, we do see buyers step in where they need to step in. We break that $77 level where we had a little bit of indecision, a couple of rejections, and price continues to move up. If you guys enjoyed and want to see more hood content, make sure to like and subscribe. Trade smart, and I'll see you guys in the next one.